Guys, Rob here from ServiceScaler. So today I'm really excited to be showing you some of the functions in Office 365 as part of our 365 in Practice campaign that's upcoming. So one of the things that we've been talking about a lot is how we can automate workflows and processes within Office 365, and we've now pinned that to our 365 in Practice campaign. What I'd like to show you is just some of the things that we're able to do within the Office 365 suite that may automate some of the more cumbersome and challenging processes within your law firm. Okay, so what we can see here is I'm currently logged into office.com. So for our demo, what I'm going to do is I'm going to demonstrate just a really basic workflow around something that's pretty simple but can be pretty challenging for most firms, and it's around leave applications or leave requests. So super simple. All we've done is just use a couple of applications within the 365 stack, so within Office 365, and we've daisy chained those together and bound them together with Power Automate, which is Microsoft's workflow automation tool, to make a solution. So let's have a look at that now. So our first page that we're going to go to is our SharePoint page. So we've just configured up a demo page here, and it's got a couple of web parts, as you can see, embedded here. One of them is upcoming leave requests, or leave events, so we can actually see the leave events that are upcoming, and the leave request form, which is just a link. Now that's going to take us across to Microsoft Forms, and we can see here that we just have a really basic leave request form that we've put together. So we're just going to fill in some basic information here. So the employee requesting leave might be my colleague Steve. The type of leave that he is requesting, let's say that he's requesting annual leave. We just need to put in a start date and an end date. So he might want to go from the 22nd of February, and he might want to take the whole week. So let's run that through to the 26th, and I'll put myself in as the approving manager. Submit. So from the requester's perspective, really basic, just put a little bit of basic information in there. And in the background, what's happening is the record has been created and a workflow applied sends that off for approval. So I'm not sure whether you can hear it through the screen share, but in the background, we have an email has come through. So this is being sent through to me as the approving manager, Steve, annual leave. So I can either approve or reject that request. But what I might want to do is I might want to go, well, when has he actually requested it for? So we can actually have a look at that, and these records get written out into SharePoint. So we can have a look at this request. So this one was created a minute ago. We can see that it is a leave request, and we can see our status is requested. So if we jump into that, we'll be able to see here the start date, the end date. Okay, that all looks fine, but I do want to know who else is on leave. So what we can do is we can actually have a look at the leave calendar. So in this instance, I've just got it marked as ServiceScaler demo, but you might call this leave calendar. You may define this by the entire organization. You might break it down by practice group, whatever's going to work for you. But I can see here that I have my ServiceScaler demo, which is my leave calendar, who is on leave on those dates. So I can see from the 22nd through till the 26th, I can see that I'm on annual leave. Is that going to be okay? Well, I work in sales and Steve works in service, so that probably should be okay. So what I'll do is I'll just jump back and simply approve that request so that Steve will be able to have that annual leave. Now, two things are happening in the background. It's actually writing that transaction out into the group leave calendar, does that automatically, and it also puts it in Steve's calendar as well. The importance of that is we normally, for most of our clients, we integrate Microsoft Bookings, so that's your online booking system so that people can book with you. If Steve's on annual leave, we need to make sure that that time's booked out so nobody can book his time. So if we jump across to our calendars, if I can click the right thing here, we will now be able to see in our calendar that Steve is also on annual leave. coming back to our SharePoint homepage with our web parts, one of the things that you may have seen here is upcoming leave requests. So this could potentially be your landing page. So when you come into SharePoint, this is the type of information you might like to see. So we can see here that there's a couple of transactions in here. We can see that I'm on annual leave and Steve's on annual leave. So it's a great way to get a really quick snapshot of who has leave upcoming and what's happening there. You can also see over on the left-hand side, we have leave requests. Now, this is just a library of all of the historical leave requests that have occurred and their statuses. So you can see that I pushed through a couple this morning doing some testing, making sure that this works. And we can see that they've been approved there. Some distinct advantages to having these written through into a list is we can actually filter by these as well. So we might group the start date, we might filter by the dates that it's happening and turn that on so that we can filter down those results. We can also sort by these columns as well if we wanted to sort A to Z or Z to A. All right, so that's some of the stuff that we can do in our 365 in practice. It's not limited to that. There is a whole range of stuff that we can do. This was just something really basic that we knocked together just so that we could provide a demonstration to you guys so you know some of the stuff that we're talking about in our 365 in practice campaign. But if you could think of anything that you would like us to build or like us to demonstrate or something that's going to work for you in your firm, make sure you reach out to either the team or I at ServiceScaler. We'd be more than happy to help. Easiest way to get in touch with us, apart from on our socials, is by emailing us inquiries@servicescaler.com. Cheers, guys.